Now, We31 Sports with Nolan Knight.
Hello from Pasadena, California, everyone. Nolan Knight here with Max Cohen. Max, we're standing in front of the Rose Bowl. We're counting down the days of the game, just 2 days away from the Crimson Tide taking on the Wolverines to the college football playoff semifinals. And to preview the game today, we had a media day, and we got to talk with players and coaches.
Not just players and coaches, every player and every coach available. Funny questions, funny answers. And one of the guys we got to talk to was long snapper Neelan Hibbett, the Florence native, talking about his time in Tuscaloosa with us.
It's great. Being from Florence, Alabama, it's not too big of a city, so being able to come out to LA, it's really new, but it's been great. The people of Pasadena have been great. It's been really cool to see a bunch of things out here, so I'm excited. It's been great. Everybody's been extremely supportive, and, being from Florence, Alabama, it's always either Alabama or Auburn, so I got a lot of really big Alabama fans there that have supported me my entire time here, so it's been a lot, having a lot of support from them.
Covering the Crimson Tide, we've gotten some cool opportunities, the Cotton Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, now the Rose Bowl. What's been your favorite experience?
I think this is going to end up being my favorite experience, but the Cotton Bowl has been my favorite experience. We got those awesome quarter zips out of it.
Yep.
We wear them all the time. We got a new version of that this week that's going to be my favorite. I have a feeling this is going to be number one by the end of the week.
Yeah, so we asked the players the same question. What has their favorite bowl game experience been for playing for the Crimson Tide?
Honestly, I feel like my favorite bowl game had to be New Orleans last year. Even though we didn't make it to the playoffs, just being in New Orleans, the culture that they have in that city, is different. And great food, too.
The Rose Bowl does a great job from hospitality standpoint. They have the reputation of being the granddaddy of them all. And, kind of growing up in the Big Ten, I think for 12 years, that was always the goal, can you get to the Rose Bowl?
This probably be my favorite bowl game, I would say, just because, like you said, it's the granddaddy of them all, and just being here and being able to play in this historic stadium in this huge game is just very important, and I would say it's a great.
New Orleans was really fun, just because we were kind of like, right there on everything. We kind of walked everything. They did a really good job. I've enjoyed my experience at the Rose Bowl so far. Obviously the game hasn't happened yet, so I can't say the Rose Bowl, but it's been really fun out here for sure.
California is special. It's definitely special. Being from Texas, I don't get to see mountains too often, or see great water like the Pacific Ocean here. So, being here is a great moment, and it's something that all of our team is happy to be a part of, and you can see the smile on their faces just to be where we're at right now.
That'll wrap up our coverage from Pasadena. The Crimson Tide, not the only story today, though. We'll send things to Xavier Wary, who has full coverage from the Auburn Tigers showdown in the Music City Bowl.
The last time we saw the Auburn Tigers on the football field, it was a pretty historic moment. How could you forget? They were on the wrong side of a 4th down and 31 touchdown conversion in the Iron Bowl. Fast forward to tonight here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. The Tigers would play the Maryland Terrapins, and unfortunately for Auburn, they would get off to a slow start, which would play a huge role in this one. As Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers take the field on a chilly Saturday afternoon for the last time this season, they probably wish they could have the ability to press a redo button. From the opening possession, Maryland flexed their muscles and had Auburn reeling early. Here, Roman Hembry takes a pass from Billy Edwards Jr., and he takes this one 61 yards down to the Auburn 2-yard line on just the 4th play of the game, which would lead to Edwards Jr. taking this 2-yard scamper up the middle for a touchdown. Auburn's defense would continue to struggle in the first half, giving them 21 unanswered points, something Austin Keys spoke about in the postgame.
We started with a few miscommunications, a few missed tackles, something that we critically need. We got to make open field tackles and stuff like that.
Auburn was down 31-7, and late in the 4th enters the freshman, Hank Brown, who completed 7 of 9 passes for 132 yards, leading the Tigers to their only second-half touchdown. Coach Freeze, after the game, recapped his first year as the Tigers' head man.
I'm still as confident as ever that this can be an elite football program again. And it takes great recruiting, but it also takes player-led teams that put team first and the standard of the team every single day first. And we're still learning that, and we've got to demand it, as coaches, and we can't waver from it when we get back in January.
And I mentioned the freshman quarterback, Hank Brown, who came in to play late in the fourth quarter for Auburn. When Hugh Freeze talked about him, he said that he has great poise for a freshman quarterback. And when he was asked about the quarterback position heading into the spring, he says that it is wide open. Well, that does it here from Nissan Stadium here tonight. Again, the final score 31-13 as the Maryland Terrapins defeat the Auburn Tigers in the Music City Bowl. For coverage that you can count on, I'm Xavier Wary. We're 31 Sports.